Let me introduce to you the last speakers. Philippe Ajuelos, he's the head of procurement at the Ministry of Education, and I'm very pleased to invite him because without our collaboration, we couldn't do what we've done with the BRNE, les banques de ressources. So you've got the floor.
So, hello, my name is Philippe Ajuelos. I'm the head of Procurement Department of the French Ministry of National Education, Higher Education, Research and Innovation. I would like to thank you, Pascal Montrol and Alain Tillet. They've allowed me to present to you how together we have succeeded in getting digital educational resources. I would like to apologize of my English. There was no digital resources educational in English, so and I hope you understand me. Some words about the purchasing department. Yes, thank you. The purchasing department defines and implements the purchasing policy of ministry. Is the structure through which all the purchases are made. It guarantees the implementation of the entire purchasing process, which in close collaboration with the prescribing services includes the collection and the expression of the need, the competition of the company, the choice of the order, the monitoring of the performance of services. It guarantees the compliance with three principles of public procurement: freedom of access to public procurement, equal treatment of candidates, and transparency of procedures. But also, it ensures the performance of the purchase along 5 axes: legal security, economic performance, sustainable development, the access of small companies to the tenders, and the innovation. Now, I'm going to tell you our story, how we achieved the offer of digital educational resources. To be clear, in this story, I am the buyer, and Pascal and Alain are the prescribers. They need something, and I have to satisfy them in the framework of procurement, public procurement. First of all, we have, First of all, we needed to clarify our needs, to know what was available, and to confront the 2 points of view, and to understand the benefits from the competition between the companies. We had to know the ecosystem, the companies, the services, the offers, the roadmaps. Pascal and Alain knew that, but the procurement department didn't. And we had to share the same language with companies. To know all of that, we needed to do a sourcing. We met about 80 companies. We talked, we thought, we discussed to reach 2 points. Satisfies our needs and let the innovation live. What the companies could bring to teachers and students. After meeting all the companies and confront their services with our needs, we decided to define our procurement strategy. Indeed, the companies we met were often small, and most of them were not used to responding to public procurement consultations. However, we had the ambition to encourage competition between the edtech companies, regardless their size and seniority. Please keep in mind that for France, it was the first national tenders for digital educational resources. So we wrote a contract with specification which gave details about the constraints, but also what the competitors could bring us in terms of innovating services. The elaboration of the specification was long and quite difficult because beyond the expression of needs, it was necessary to consider intellectual property rights and also the condition to access to the call for tenders and modality of payment. We had a dual responsibility. That it works well for classes, it has to be easy to use in class and answer teacher needs, but also avoid disappointment effects in the edtech companies. What was really at stake was the structuring of the industrial offer on digital educational resources for years to come. Considering the statute of digital resources for school, we were able to use a consultation procedure with, which allows negotiation. Our sourcing and knowledge of the companies helped us to define the specification and to be ready to negotiate. Our consultation consisted in 13 separate contracts matching with the French curriculum, the French different subject. We had about 60 offers and we negotiated with 25 companies. Negotiation has improved quality of the first offers in terms of quality of services and their costs. I must tell you the execution of contract now is going very well, and we are very happy with the quality of the services and the professionalism of our co-contractors. From this success, in July 2017, after a sourcing phase, we launched an innovation partnership to create an assistant relying on artificial intelligence for teachers and students for teaching French and mathematics. The innovation partnership has 3 steps: research and development, industrialization, and acquisition. At the end of the first 2 steps, the ministry can decide to move on to the next step or to stop. Another advantage of the innovation partnership is that we can engage in several contracts on similar topics, and later on we can continue either with all companies we have chosen, or with only some of them, or even one company, or to stop completely. The ministry is obviously ready to share its experience of procedures, offers, companies. The ministry could even help European public buyers on the issue of digital educational resources, and even, why not, work on a common tender for acquisition of services or resources. Thank you for your attention. I'm your disposal to answer your question.
Thanks, Philippe. Is there any question to address to Philippe? And I think you were very clear about what we've done and what is possible to do, yeah? And also of what we hope to do with all of you.
Yeah, maybe it's not only a question to Philippe, maybe to the others who presented other platforms today and yesterday. I wonder how we ensure that you are not sticked to one platform, because maybe it does not evolve as you would like to see it. Maybe it loses quality over time. And so how can you ensure that it stays in high quality all the time, and that you're not get into a locked-in syndrome? Can you do it via the procurement conditions, or how can you do that?
We can say we wrote the procurements with Philippe, and the procurements are made for only 3 years, just like a legal frame, and also an option for the year 4 and 5, because it was important to get the view, the roadmap for all the persons who answered to the procurements. So we can change, as you know, every time we hand a procurement. We also made, and it was some people say to us, it's very difficult for the end users. The end users are the pupils and the teachers. So for the first time, we ask for 14, sorry. 14 procurements for all the domains to teach from 9 to 15. And they say to us, it would be better if we have only one platform. But at the first time, we need to give a competition between all of them. And also we ask them to come in consortium. Now, I can say 2 years after, we have 7 platforms. And I can assure you that 4 or 5 are really, really good. So we are thinking about it. But there is always people who want that we will make only one platform. So it's a balance. You have it, and it's very important not to be kept into one platform, but either one publisher. So we are very careful about it, and the tenders, the procurements are also a good way, because when we launch procurements, and we want to launch procurements year after year about it, not only to monopolize the procurements, because as you saw, we have some impulsion, national impulsion on this, But these procurements are not exclusive. So the platforms and all the titulaires, so the winners of these tenders, they can also offer their platforms and their contents in other ways. In other countries, we say to them, we help them to go also on the European level and on the francophonie, just like we say. It's a huge challenge for us, and you know that President Macron is very active on this at this moment. So, as an administration, we are very active to work on this. That's the way we want to go. So it's not to monopolize only one. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry have to interrupt that discussion, which could, of course, go on for quite a long time because the subject is really interesting, complicated sometimes. Thank you very much, Philippe.
Thank you.
I think it's yes. It was a difficult subject that I think with that those slides we have caught the main important things. So you can see it's a teamwork together. We've worked together in many fields, and that it's also the first steps because we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot inside the ministry. We've learned a lot with the different publishers working with us and all the actors involved in that project. So this is something we wanted to share with you this morning.